feeling very Jackie from that 70s show right now. Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to Lilith's Attic. My name is Julia Pasqua and it's another Tarot Card Tuesday. I'm going to kick off this Tarot Card Tuesday by saying I am exhausted. So it doesn't matter if we are tired, it is Tarot Card Tuesday and we are here every single week, or I am here every single week, and I hope that you guys continue to come back every single week. Thank you for all those who have been. And this week we have the card, the Moon. The Moon card represents our inner selves in a different sense of a way than we have currently already explained. I'm really going to try to explain this in a way to show that it is a new sense of our inner selves. We've had our higher selves, we've had our intuition, and this card is very different. This card is more the imagination, the dream realm, the darker shadow self type of situation. And I find this card very interesting because this is always a realm that I question a lot as a person, as an artist, the realm between life and death, kind of the dream realm. So the Moon card's obvious main focal point is the moon, as this is the Moon card. It's sometimes represented in a crescent form or the full moon. Another parallel that we have in the tarot card deck is the pillars in the back are the same pillars from the Death card, this representing kind of that bridge between life and death as I had discussed before, like that dream realm. So it's trying to parallel the similarities between the Death card and the Moon card, just like we had like the Lovers with the Devil card. So really cool little parallels. The stream going through this card represents the link between the conscious and the unconscious, and the moon's representation in emotions. It kind of flows through everything. We have the two dogs or wolves, or one is a dog and one is a wolf, next to each other, kind of representing also that bridge between the two realms and more of your human form self and then the subconscious shadow side or dream realm essence kind of self. So you have both the dog, the tame dog, and the wolf, the wild wolf, howling at the moon. And then we have a lobster at the bottom, which represents the astrology sign Cancer. So if you pull this card upright, it means you're connecting with your inner self in a different way. This, like I said, branches more on that intuitive side of yourself and more of the dream sense or the psychic abilities. So this means that you're getting more in touch with that side of yourself with the psychic abilities, or your lunar self, or your intuition in that form. You're connected more with the vibrations of life rather than the normal interactions. It's more of a other layer of connection with this card. If you pull this card, it's a good time for imagination and creativity, because I like to think that the dream realm, the creative realm, the intuitive realm, they're all kind of in a similar category. They all live under a same umbrella. They're all worlds that a lot of us live in without physically being there. So if you pull this card in reverse, it means that you are ignoring that intuitive side of yourself. You are closing out more of that shadow realm. You are being deceitful to yourself. It's more of that dark side of the moon situation. Like I said before, that the moon can be shown in either the crescent form or the full moon. So if the moon is in crescent, there is a side of the moon that is going to be in shadow, and it's saying that you are more living in that shadow side of the moon and not being fully honest and in tune with your own vibrations, your own intuition, your own abilities. Alrighty, let's go do the moon card. Come on. So for my card, I wanted to connect my feelings and my thoughts about the dream world. Like I said, I think about this world and this bridge between these worlds a lot. And in my head and in my fears, this card can get really dark really quickly, or this concept can get really dark really quickly. So I did not want to go toward any of that darkness with the moon, but I wanted to keep this understanding of the bridge between both of the worlds in more of a lighter essence. So I'm going to have a girl curled up, sleeping on her pillow, and then having the window behind her as a literal window between the worlds. So it's the window behind her representing that she is currently in this one realm of consciousness, and then behind her and through the window is showing everything in the realms of more of the unconscious, the dream world, the psychic ability world, the imagination, the creative, all that fun stuff. So the girl is dreaming behind a floating window. I've played with this concept actually a lot as an artist, and I think it's funny that it's coming up again. I always find it fun to kind of break the frame of the window to use that as imagery, as a representation of the creativity coming out of the structure. I want to keep this bridge with the water, so I'm going to have the water flowing out from her, kind of looking like sheets rolling out from the bed towards more of the moon. The water is going to be flowing from her conscious state to her subconscious state, or from her physical realm to her dream realm. Same thing with the stars that are going to be on the top of this card. Those bridge both the realms as well, breaking the frame of the window, coming through behind on top of window as a whole. So we have these two physical elements pulling this whole thing together. Of course, we're going to have the big moon behind her, representing the moon card, the nighttime, the creative realm, the night really allowing the chance for us to sit in these abilities or these thoughts. And for the rest of the card, I wanted to play off of nursery rhymes. I've had night terrors since I was a child, and the dream realm for me has not always been a lovely place, and my mom used to tell me a bedtime story every single night before I went to bed. I still have a collection of children's books next to my bed, and they've always created a comfort or a nicer bridge for me between the regular world and the dream world. It's created a safer spot for me, so I wanted to link these nursery rhymes to this card as sort of a sense of comfort, protection, showing that this is a good ability to have, not always a dark, shadowier side. So we have the cow jumping over the moon, the dish ran away with the spoon at the bottom, and then I also wanted to do counting sheep. You know, when you can't sleep, they always say count sheep. I have sheep 1, 2, and 3 taking a little drink from the river. And then to pull back from the original card, I wanted to have a wolf howling at the moon to take that bridge from the Rider-Waite deck to my card, as well as I just think howling at the moon is a very fun concept, and I highly recommend doing it very often. The next week coming up, we have the Sun card, which is the duality. We have, like, you know, together again, ba da 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 da, together again. We have already been here for 19 weeks. Can't believe I just said that out loud. This card being card 18, as you know, there is a card 0, so that means this is 19 weeks of us doing this. I feel in some ways that I have just sat down in front of you and I said how many cards were in the tarot deck, very intimidated and scared, and now we are at 19 weeks. Thank you all so much for being on this journey with me. We still have a long ways to go. I'm still determined. You're still here, so thank you. We're gonna keep doing this, and at the end of our weeks together, we are going to have a full tarot card deck, which reminds me, if you have not already, please put your name and your information down below in the box. There is a link for pre-order alerts. I have a very exciting show coming up this Friday at Gulfport. If you want to come by and say hi, I will be there from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. If you type into your GPS the Gulfport Welcome Center, I will be essentially right in front of that with my booth. It is a show celebrating women in business, as it is Women in Business Month, and I am a woman who owns a business, so I'm going to be a part of some of the festivities, and I am very super excited to be thought of for this and to be able to be a part of this. So if you're in the area and you want to come out, it's going to be a really fun show. Fingers crossed it's nice weather, and I'm super excited to be there. So this week, really take some time to sit with your intuition and really work on those abilities, your psychic abilities, your abilities to be intuitive and feel those vibrations around you, both in the conscious and the subconscious realm. Be aware of that realm between the conscious and the subconscious, and really kind of, maybe if you're not used to being in there, play around with it a little bit. See what you can feel. I end this video as I always do every week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Wishing you to have truly the best week. I will see you guys next week. I can't thank you enough for being here. Truly, truly, truly. Mwah. Thank you. See you next week, guys. Bye. James, I hope I didn't let you down. If I did, I'm sorry.